guys, what's up? It's Joe Raiti from Raiti's Rides. We are here in the hills outside of downtown Los Angeles, California. And guess what? We have that one British brand that still stays true to its form. It's this car right here. This is a 2022 Bentley Continental GTC Mulliner. But before we get into this drop top Bentley, let's talk about what's going on here. That iconic brand started by W.O. Bentley all the way back in 1919. The first vehicle they ever made, the 3-liter, that's what it was called, came out in 1921. You might have heard me talk about the 24 Hours of Le Mans, one of my favorite endurance races of all time, really the most coveted of all endurance races in the world. Well, guess what? In the 1920s, Bentley was dominant. There was a group of drivers known as the Bentley Boys, and for year after year after year, they wound up winning the coveted 24 Hours of Le Mans. Now, fast forward to model year 2022, a lot of what W.O. Bentley brought for the brand still exists today. Now, remember, this vehicle is part of the Volkswagen Auto Group. So what does that mean? That means that you're going to find the other brands like Porsche, Audi, even Ducati motorcycles and Lamborghini are all under that umbrella. The great news is that there's a lot of influx of resources to keep this brand at the level of where it needs to be. But what I want to find out is, with this 2022 Bentley Continental GTC Mulliner, is this the king of luxury cars over some of those other brands like Rolls-Royce? Let's dive in to this GTC, this Continental GTC, and find out. Right off the bat, the color. It's interesting because it looks like a silver, but it's actually called white sand. Fits the lines perfectly of this Bentley. Now, at the front of the business, you're gonna see a lot of that historic styling that exists over the decades. The way they do their headlight housings are unique to the brand. You have that oval, round shape. Look at the inside, it almost looks like it's crystallized throughout the whole headlight housing. Full LED headlights, turn signals, and daytime running lamps. Working our way down, of course, we're gonna have functionality. These massive corner air intakes are there for cooling the heat exchangers and also as a side air curtain. I like the way that they went with flat black, and I'm telling you, the sparkling mist of this white sand is absolutely stunning. Coming across that iconic grille. It has stayed true to the shape over the years. I love the way you have that diamond cut, aluminum finish to all the intricate pieces. We have the split down the center that's gloss black, and then gloss black around the perimeter. To make sure that they stay true to the design, they actually offset the forward-facing camera. That's what we're talking about when we're bringing that intricate design, working our way down. Of course, more functionality, and I like the way it's flat black rather than gloss black. Comparing this to a Rolls-Royce, I feel like the Bentley brand is not as fuddy-duddy. Rolls-Royce seems to be a little too fuddy-duddy for me. Bentley, with that engineering, with the performance, different engine options, and of course the history in racing has really stood the test of time. Now, when we get up onto that long, low-slung hood, of course, that iconic badge with the famous B there, Bentley. Love the way it's got the wings and the way that it's perfectly inset into the hood. You have that rise. See how it starts in the grille, goes up onto the hood, and then goes all the way to the windshield. Everything else just has this nice, smooth, seductive shape to it. It's like sporty, but luxurious all at the same time. Now, when we come around the bend, what are we working with? Wheel and tire setup. Boy, oh boy, check these out. 22-inch wheels, larger than the pizza that you ate last night for dinner. Gloss black, of course. You have the Bentley self-centering logo, so this logo will always stay the same, nice and straight for the B. Look at the massive calipers with the Bentley badging. Rotors as big as a UFO from England. And then if you're wondering, well, Joe, what's the size of the tire up front? 275 on the width, 35 series sidewall. You got adaptive dampers all four corners. That's going to give you a luxurious ride. But when you want to turn up the wick, we could also get some sportiness out of it as well. But definitely The wheels with the color make this pop in the California sun. Now when we come down the side, we do have the Mulliner badge, and you have a functional corner vent. I'm gonna have Lori show that off. And if you're wondering, well, what the heck is Mulliner? Mulliner used to be a coach brand, and that's the brand that would build the coach work, do the coach work for Bentley. Well, guess what? Mulliner is now part of Bentley, and they wanted to honor all of that history, and that's where we get the Continental GTC Mulliner edition. And you're gonna see a lot of special touches throughout the whole car, not only on the outside, but also wait until we get to the interior. That drop top shape just looks absolutely perfect. Two-door, big drop top car, screams luxury, screams Bentley. We do have gloss black on the mirror caps, slim and trim on the turn signals, and you'll notice the white sand finish with your 360-degree cameras. They did the white sand finish all the way around the window frame, and then just a little pinstripe of gloss black in that nice inset cove. Even the way they did the door handles to match the match color, but also with the gloss black. And then one of my favorite parts of the style is right here. And I'm gonna have Lori kind of swing around this way. That flared fender, nice hard edge. This is a distinctive style to Bentley that goes all the way back through the years. When you're driving this car, this is what you see in the rearview mirror. Nice wide fender flare. Out back, guess what? We got all-wheel drive, and we have more power to get to the ground because we have 315s out back. So we have all-wheel drive, 315 on the width of the rear tires, 22-inch, and then coming around the rear of the vehicle, this is where things get really good. You'll notice the nice sleek tonneau cover, and with the tonneau cover itself, you'll notice the stitch work. Just like from inside on the seats and the door panels, they brought that diamond stitch work, the red with the silver, super sleek. Love the nice kick up from the trunk, and then look at the way they do the lights. This is another signature style, that oval shaped taillight, full LED. Nothing more elegant than that Bentley name and that Bentley badge, and then working it our way all the way down. Look at the exhaust, and guess what? We got functional exhaust, quad tip exhaust on both sides, nice oval cut with your LED reverse light, and you have your diffuser out back. But you know what? It's definitely got the style. Let's pop the hood and talk performance of this Bentley. All right, guys, we got the hood popped. Notice how the hood is very narrow. A lot of that sheet metal is built all the way into those fenders that wrap on up. And then underneath the hood, of course, we have hood struts. Check it out. The V8 name, because we got V8 power. Love the aluminum heat shielding. The strut tower brace is so beefy to stiffen up the front end of this car. Even look at the oil fill cover there with the letter B all the way on the driver's side there. Those are the touches that you get when you go Bentley. But what are we exactly talking about? We're talking about a 4-liter twin turbo V8 that pumps out 542 horsepower, 568 pound-feet of torque. It is mated to an 8-speed DCT, dual clutch transmission with all-wheel drive, top speed 198 miles per hour, 0 to 60 in about 3.7 seconds. MPGs, really not too shabby. 16 in the city, 26 on the highway, and the vehicle weighs 5,148 pounds. What's awesome is you got those 16.5-inch rotors and all that great technology with the adaptive suspension, the bracing, the whole shabam. But why don't we go ahead, let's fire up this Bentley and hear what it sounds like. All right, guys, we're inside. We got the top up to kind of help with filming, to cut down on glare. But you know what? Sitting in this car is literally sitting in the lap of luxury, and you're going to be asking people left and right, or people are going to be asking you for a bottle of Grey Poupon. Before we dive into anything, you know, we're talking about this vehicle how it's optioned. Obviously, being a GTC Mulliner, it's got a lot of great options. I know you're probably saying to yourself, well, Joe, how much is it? Before I give you the price, I want to show you this feature that's going to make you feel like James Bond. Are you ready for it? When you start up the Bentley, you'll notice it's all gloss black, but watch this. Fire up. The screen actually shows itself with the Bentley badge, 12.3 inch, really allows you to kind of have that special secret agent kind of feel. Now let's get down to business. The way that this one is optioned, I know you're probably saying to yourself, how much? $358,000. Let's see what you get when you're going big, because this Bentley is the big top to the door panels. I love what they've done with the elegant touches. You do get the two different types of leather, the contrast stitching. There is a large piece of gloss black, and I'm not in love with it, but you'll notice the Bentley badge and that beautiful diamond crisscross pattern looks spectacular. Now, the good news is, if you look around the switchgear, there isn't any gloss black. It's a shiny chrome polish finish. And then look at that way they took the silver with the black into the door pocket. You'll easily be able to get a California calzone in there. And if you're wondering, well, Joe, what is a California calzone? It is a traditional Italian calzone without tomato sauce. It actually has guacamole in it. So it's guacamole, mozzarella, and then you'll notice that beautiful speaker grill cover. Absolutely handcrafted perfection. That's what you're getting when you go Bentley. Now, going from the door panel to the dash, the elegantness continues. There's the two-tone, the black with the silver. You'll notice the aeronautical pull and push switchgear for your AC vents. You got the Mulliner badge. Remember, that is that Coachworks company that work with Bentley. Now they're part of Bentley. Leather all the way around. You do, of course, have a slot for two luxury Twinkies. What's the difference between a luxury Twinkie and a regular Twinkie? It actually has gold flake in the cream, edible gold flake. My advice is take the gold flake out and go cash it in at Pawn Stars. But anyways, you got those holders, and then what do you got? Like I showed you, a 12.3-inch infotainment system, all the functionality, and because it is under the Volkswagen Auto Group, it's a very intuitive system. You go into your car settings. This is where you could adjust your head-up display. You could raise the suspension because we have that air ride, that adaptive air ride suspension. It even shows you in the drive dynamics when you go into the different modes so that you don't have to look down at the knob. I like smart engineering like that. Watch this. We go into our apps. We could pull up weather. Takes a couple seconds because it's logging on to the interwebs, but what it's going to show you is that perfect LA weather. Today it's a high of 71 degrees. I'm loving it out here. Obviously the price of real estate, I'm not loving. You can even get fuel info, which yes, with a twin turbo V8, this is going to drink some fuel, and it does give you obviously the address and whatnot. I'm going to throw it in reverse. Super large, super clear on the backup camera with trajectory, which is great. And you could easily adjust the cameras. That's all you need. I mean, look at that. It's nice and easy to figure out. And then you go right back in the park. And then you can exit out. One last thing is when you go home, check this out. So I'm hitting the home button. It comes down, you have your three different screens. And within the three sections here, you got a plethora. Look at this. You like ambient lighting? Just like fruit stripe gum, I got every color of the rainbow. Say it with me. Roy G. Biv, baby. Ambient color and accent color. We could do overall brightness. Just real nice and simple to figure out. In the center here, you have all your infotainment. And then on the right side, you got all of your presets and everything. So nicely contained all together. One thing I kind of want to show you, look at this. We got massage seats. So both seats fully massaged, ready to rock and roll. And you got your climate controls. So they got you covered every which way from Sunday. Super thin on the radio controls. Look at the nice aluminum finish, the machine turn aluminum finish. Of course, we got to have the luxury clock with our two aeronautical AC vents. And then look at this shifter. It's a thing of beauty. The Bentley B, that's actually your button to put it into what gear you want to be in. Remember, it's an 8-speed dual clutch transmission. You got your dual climate controls, nice metal finishes to all the switchgear, ventilated seats, heated seats. Everything is nicely laid out. There's our start stop button. Look at how they finish, and that's the knob you change for the different modes. So it even lights up here to let you know what mode you're in. That's how you're gonna put the top up and down. More of that aluminum finish. Open this bad boy, what do we got? 2 cup holders, get a couple lattes, cappuccino, a frappalatada, whatever you wanna put in there. The frappalatada is special to Los Angeles. So when you're at Starbucks, definitely ask for one of those. Don't ask me how to spell it. Lift it up. It's a little tinier. You do have wireless charging. Look at this. Oh my God. Even the metal finish that they have on the 12 volt. It's like these are the things you're going to lose, but they look good. USB-Cs and enough room in here, I would say, for 4 packs of candy cigarettes. Get bubble gum, get the chewy kind, whatever you want. You can fit in there. And then look at these seats. I want to thank the cows, the California cows that sacrificed their lives. Mulliner embroidery, the stitching. It's got even ventilation on the back of your neck. It's like your old high school girlfriend whispering on the back of your neck and blowing cool air. Nice bolstering, full electric assist for the passenger, of course, and the driver. And these seats are comfy, even with the top up. Alcantara microfiber suede material, plenty of headroom. Why don't you come over here? I got a 2-tone steering wheel I want to show you in this Bentley. All right, guys, inside this Bentley, it feels phenomenal. You'll notice that beautiful Mulliner aluminum sill plate. You could change the ambient color. Even the way they do this part, this goes back through all the years, handcrafted in England. Look at the pedal box. It's got the nice Bentley logo on the brake pedal, nice aluminum trim on the throttle. The dead pedal, I'm gonna zonk it. I need a little bit more aluminum over there. But other than that, it looks fantastic. You'll notice the bright chrome trim. This seat moves 20 different ways from Sunday, and you got the massage settings. Really have it hold you and nestle you, just like a bird, a mama bird that sits on an egg, waiting for you to hatch. That's what it feels like in here. Steering wheel, the 2-tone leather. The red with the black is stunning. Look at the horn button. Everything that they touch turns to this beautiful, stylish system. Heated steering wheel, flat black on the buttons. It is a powered tilting and telescoping steering wheel, and you do have metal paddles behind the steering wheel to go through the 8-speed dual clutch transmission. And then the dash. I mean, it is a thing of beauty. Absolutely stunning with the gauges, with the instrumentation. You could change things around in the center. Really, really nice to have. Look at that. The navigation is in the center. That's from Audi. So you could thank Audi for that, for the virtual cockpit. And you got a nice head-up display. So they got you covered. But why don't we go ahead, let's get into the back seat. Actually, first, I'm gonna put the top down. I'm gonna show you how that works. And then we're gonna get into the back seat of this Bentley. All right, guys, time to put the top down. Real simple. You're just lifting up on the switch gear on the center console. It does its thing. And there goes the soft top. It's gonna go under a nice tonneau cover, and it actually then raises the windows back up, and you're ready to rock and roll. Or I could put all the windows down, very simple. But this is really what the Bentley Continental GTC is all about, that top-down fun. But let's see if we could fit an adult, a Joe Raiti, in the back seat. I'm gonna jump in and see if we can. All right, guys, backseat time in the Bentley Continental GTC. And you know what? It really is not too shabby with the amount of room that you have back here. What you're gonna get is the wonderful leather you're surrounded by. You got your tweeters and your different speakers all over the place. Of course, we got the same great embroidery on the headrests. And then if you're wondering, well, Joe, is there any connectivity? Of course there is. Look at this. You open this up, 2 cup holders, a USB-A, and a 12 volt. Incredible that they have you covered there, because I was a little bit worried. You got a nice place to kind of support yourself when your driver goes on throttle. And then another great part is, watch this. You put the seat back and then it moves, and then when it bumps into you, it actually moves a little forward. So you don't have to worry if you're gonna get behind the driver, like you're taking one for the team, you don't have to worry about getting your legs broken by the power seat. But why don't we go ahead, let's get in that trunk, because I'm ready to cruise Hollywood Boulevard in our Bentley. All right, guys, time to get in the trunk of the Bentley. What's cool is you hit the B right in the center of the badge. electric opening. It may not look like a lot of space. You do have 8.3 cubic feet of space, and the good news is that's with the top up or the top down. You'll notice a big kind of flat duffel bag. That is for the windscreen that you could put up while you're doing your cruising. But this is what makes this car so usable, is not only the 4 seats, but also having usable space for at least 2 carry-on bags to go on your drive. And of course, we have the required Bentley Twinkie bag in there with 2 British Twinkies, which is a nice extra touch. But you know what? It's about that time. If you're ready, I'm ready. Let's go on throttle in this twin turbo V8 Bentley. All right, guys, we got the top down. We have the V8 twin turbocharged engine fired up. We even got rear wheel steering in this beast. I gotta take you on throttle here in the passenger seat with me while I'm doing the business. But if you're ready, I'm ready. Here we go. On throttle, launch control. Nice, smooth shifts. The all-wheel drive keeps you so planted. The system is so just perfect with getting the power from the rear to the front. It is rear-wheel drive biased, and that's good because that really allows you to have that great driving experience. Now, with the top down, of course, you're getting a bunch of wind noise. I'm going to put up the side windows to kind of curtail that because obviously with doing some videoing, I want you to be able to hear me even though I have a big mouth and I'm loud enough. It just kind of cleans up the audio a little bit. But going down this nice twisty road is really what it's all about in this Bentley Continental. And the sound from the V8, it's subtle, but when you get on it, it's amazing. And as you can see, doing that tight turn there with the rear wheel steering, it makes driving this larger 2-door car a snap. Visibility out the front is great. Obviously with the top down, things are great out the back. I love the way the dash is. Everything is so cleanly integrated that I think that's what you're getting when you go Bentley. But you can see with this nice twisty road, we can see what the chassis dynamics are and just how smooth that adaptive air ride suspension is, especially over anything that's super bumpy. Brakes, those ginormous over 16-inch rotors are just unbelievable to where you could stop on a British scone and give everybody a cup of tea. But we got to go on throttle again. I love the way this thing has launch control, something I was not expecting, but we're going to wait for this traffic to go by and then we're going on throttle. I can't resist. I can't hold back. Are you ready? On throttle, here we go. Nice clap out of the exhaust. I think you're getting the perfect amount of sound. Usually people that buy these types of vehicles want things to be a little bit more subtle. The great news is you could go with more power and more sound out of this beast. You know, throttle sensitivity when you go into the different modes really adjusts nicely, and the seats are just so comfortable. Of course, you got the ventilated, the heated seats and everything else, but this is really what California cruising is all about in a drop top. And yes, an almost $400,000 drop. On throttle, here we go. The shifts are so purposeful when you're in sport mode. And yes, if you want to shift yourself, you got those nice metal pedals, not plastic, behind the steering wheel. We're gonna make a left here and continue our little drive through the mountains and the hills of California. But I really, really like the unique personality of this vehicle. I mean, it's so different from a Rolls. It's so different from an Audi, a BMW, or a Mercedes-Benz. And it just has the perfect amount of luxury and sportiness all at the same time. And of course, amazing comfort. But I kind of like the way the sound is just really, really well put together and all the driving dynamics. All right, we put the top up because I want you to be able to get the overall driving dynamics and experience in this Bentley with the top up. It's crazy because normally in a convertible, you get a lot of wind noise. Not so in this Continental GTC. It really remains nice and quiet when the top is up, almost as if it was a solid roof Bentley Continental. But having the ability to put that top up very quickly and have that closed top experience is really, really nice. And you know what? Navigating with the car, even on these tight LA streets, is not too bad. It's easy to figure out where each corner of the car is. And like I said, you have the rear wheel steering that makes life a lot easier. Going over the bumps, you don't even feel them. I mean, it really is that good when it comes to the suspension and everything. It really is. All right, guys, we're doing that thing that not many people enjoy doing. We're getting on the highway here in LA. Not exactly rush hour traffic yet, but definitely building up. And the nice thing about this Continental GTC is that you are in the perfect environment to enjoy even driving in the harsh traffic situation, because it doesn't beat your body up, and because it's so quiet in here, it's not gonna beat your sanity as well. But going down the road, even with the expansion joints, it just coasts right over, super smooth, and you still get that grumble of the exhaust out the back when you're in sport mode. But I love the way I got the navigation, the whole 9 yards. I hope that this has been a nice overall review of what the Bentley Continental GTC is all about. We're gonna get back to where it all started and wrap this one up. So I'll see you in a split second. All right, guys, it's been one California cruising kind of day with this drop top Bentley Continental GTC Mulliner. I definitely want to thank Allie and the whole team over at Bentley for getting us access to this press fleet vehicle. Let me know what you think. Is this the downright king, hands down, the king of luxury cars, especially when we're looking at performance and that convertible drop top sexiness? Let me know in that comment section. But if you're new to the channel and you're on your way out, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile. Come back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Raiti's Rides family. We got to give it up to Lori, working that camera like a champ. Thank you, LG Raiti, for all that you do. Show us some love in the comment section. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.